Okay, so let me get this going so it works right. Okay, so for our little lesson today on video, let's see if this will get working, pointing the right way. I'm going to be using a double 10 frame, and I did give them to you in the beginning of the year, but if you don't have it, if you can't find one, it's super easy just to ask somebody at home to draw you one, or you can draw one. Just make sure you've got 10 spots in one and 10 spots in the other one. And then you're going to use counters. And if you don't have counters like me, I don't have counters, you need to use two different things. Your counters are red and yellow on opposite sides, but I couldn't find my counters, so I've got marshmallows and I have goldfish. You need to have two things that you can count with so you can tell the difference between the two of them in order to do what we're going to do. See, so if you don't have the supplies, you can create your own, and that works out just fine. And then I set up one of our papers like we normally do, a plain piece of white paper, and I folded it. We do this all the time. In the first box, you always put your name. That goes in the first box. And then what I'm going to be showing you today is just practicing some more of when you're going to add numbers together, how you make a 10 first. Okay? So I'm going to start just right at this first box right here, and I'm going to write a 7 plus a 8. Even if you know what that answer is, some of you are very good with numbers, I just want you to see what it looks like when you make your 7. So I'm going to make my 7 with my marshmallows first. So one number has to be one kind of counter, and the other one has to be the other counter. So there's my 7. And then I'm going to make my 8 on the other 10 frame. So there's my 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, instead of just going and counting them all, I want to make a 10 first. So I'm going to move over my counters from my second number to fill up the 10 frame. And then I have what's left here in the second 10 frame. So now I know that I have a 10, and I'm going to put it down on my paper here, plus, and now what's my new second number? My new second number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And such a quicker way to add, because I can do my 10 plus any number and know, oh, that's 15, or it's so easy to add a 10 to a number than these two, and you don't even have to get your fingers out, right? So I can now say that 7 plus 8 is 15, okay? So now I can maybe even eat a marshmallow if I want to, and then I can do my next one. Okay, so the next one is going to be a 6 plus 9. Okay, so I'm going to do my 6 plus 9. I'm going to do my 6 marshmallows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to put my 9 goldfish in this 10 frame. Now, instead of trying to figure out what 6 plus 9 is, I can move these guys over to fill in my first 10 frame and see what I have left of my second number. I can even move these over like we're used to filling in the 10 frame top side first. And look at that, bam, another 15. So I'm going to change that to a 10 plus 5. And then I know now right away, it's such a quicker way. You know, all these shortcuts we've been talking about lately. Okay, now let's do another one. It's kind of fun, isn't it? And then after you practice this for a while, you can even start doing that in your mind. How can I create a 10 so that I could do a quick a teen addition problem instead of having to do two numbers that are kind of a little harder to deal with? So I'm going to do, how about we do an 8 plus a 4. So I'm going to fill in my top 10 frame with 8. That's 6, 7, and 8. And the bottom one with 4. Okay. And then right away I can see I can just move these over here to create my 10. And I'm going to write on my paper 10 plus, and now I have a new number in that second 10 frame, and it's a 2. So now I can easily write that that is 12, right? 10 and 2 is 12. So then I can put that for both of them. Okay, and then I'm going to do another one. Try not to eat too many of your counters if you're using food like I am. You don't have to, and you probably don't want to use anything wet or sticky. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do a 5 plus a 9 equals. Now you may be able to, in your mind right away, take one of these from the 5 to make your 10. But sometimes it's hard for people to see right away in their mind without seeing it down on the table or on the paper. So because I know I only need one more to make a 10, right? So I'm going to make my 10 frame number. There's my 5, okay, with my marshmallows. And then I'm going to put my goldfish in to make a 9, okay? So now I'm going to just make that first 10 frame or the second one. I need to make one of them a full 10. I'm just going to slide these guys over. There's my full 10. Here's what I have left, and that would be a 10 plus, and my new number in the second 10 frame is 4, so it's 14. And you may have been able to do that in your head, 14. Okay, I'm going to show you another one. And this time I'm going to do an 8 plus, let's do an 8 plus 5. Okay, now I'm going to make my 8 with my marshmallows. There's my 8. And then I'm going to do my 5 with my goldfish. Okay, now here, what if I didn't have my 10 frames and my marshmallows and my goldfish? I'm going to show you something just a little bit different. So maybe what I could do is I can think about what if you know your 10 facts, which you should, we worked on those quite a bit, then you think about what makes a 10. So I'm going to take that 5 apart, and I'm going to make my 5. What numbers can I make that equal 5? And I'm going to choose 2 and 3 because I know that 8 and 2 make 10. So there's my 10. Then I have my 10 plus, here's my leftover number that didn't get a partner. This one got a partner with my 10. With my 8, and it made a 10. I can write a little 10 there. This one didn't get a partner. He's left over. So 10 plus 3. Now I can add them up with 13. And that's exactly what you're doing here is you're making your 10, and then you see what's left over in the second 10 frame, and it's a 13. Okay, that may have been a little confusing, but I just wanted to show you we are going to be doing that a lot when we come back later, but I just wanted to give you a little preview because a lot of you can see that and go, oh, that makes sense. Okay, let's do one more. I'm going to do let's do a 9 plus 9. It's a double, so hopefully you know that one, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because if you worked on doubles, you wouldn't even need to do any of this, right? So there's my 9 and my 9. All I have to do is move one over to make that full 10 frame. And now my second number is 8 instead of 9. Quick adding right there. Piece of cake, okay? We might as well fill in the paper. Let's do one more. And this time I'm going to do a 2 in my first 10 frame, plus I'm going to do 2 plus 9. You guys are thinking, come on, Miss Marchetti, that's so easy. And it is, right? So here's my 2 marshmallows, and my 9 of these guys, okay? I just want you to visualize it, even if you know what the answer is. So now I'm going to move all these guys over to make my 10. Or I could have just moved over a marshmallow, right? So it's however you want to work it. But what you're doing is creating one full 10 so you can see what your new second number is. So there's one full 10. My new second number is just a 1. And then I can add those guys together. Piece of cake. It works so much easier to make that 10 verse. Now, if you want extra practice in this, if this is a little bit difficult for you, or even it's good to have practice, come on to my Zoom today, okay? And if not, if you feel like this is easy, I got it down, or you feel like you've had more than enough practice because we've been doing it for a little while, then you don't need to come to our last Zoom today. All right? Have a fabulous Thursday.